All right. Basically, bro. Basically, like all these like fast food. This is gonna be about like basically bosses, like horrible bosses. Like, so I don't know. This is just gonna be my little thoughts on like fast food, employees and bosses. So I'm starting with the boss or employees first. Employees, there's always gonna be the one guy who doesn't really give a fuck, who's like pretty cool. And you could chill with him. Like if let's say you knew walking into the spot, you could chill with him. He cool. He gonna show you the ropes. He don't really give a fuck about the job that much, but he cares because it's his job. He's a cool motherfucker like you. Two, the motherfucker who overly cares about his job and is on your dick, but it's not a manager. Bro, I will fight you in the parking lot. Nuisances. Three, the idiot, the dunce, the the moron that works for you that doesn't know how to do the simplest of tasks, and that's why they're there, and you're just there to get some like cash on the side or whatever. Um, those guys are they're pure hearted. I'll say that they're pure hearted. That's basically it. And then there's the employee that's like super competent and good at their job, but no, and it's super cool, and they're just like elite in there. And then I think there's like one more. There's the employee that's like super good at their job, like the other one, on point, probably a manager, probably looking to move up, but they're just ass. They're just a terrible person, or I don't know, they hate life, so like they hate your life by proxy, right? Six fast food workers, employees. Oh no, the manager is probably whatever. The other one can still count as an employee, right? Then you have the managers, fast food managers, or this should just be restaurant specific because I worked in kitchens and stuff, not just fast food, but like that's where I go because that's where the kitchens are. I guess maybe that's it, right? And so whatever, right? Uh, so yeah, so that's like that, right? And then the managers, the managers are just awful. They just hate existence. They just hate their lives. So um, the managers, they'll like my opinion on them is like some of them I don't know. It's just people in general. Like this is my opinion on people, I guess. But like the managers of fast food joints, bro, or like kitchen restaurant joints, they don't give a fuck, bro. Like some of them do, and it's rare. And I had one that I worked with that was rare, but she was surrounded by a bunch of people who didn't give a fuck. So it's like it was hard to like still work there. And I was like, man, fuck out of here. Like I'm not doing that. There was this one guy in particular who just like a weirdo and just on my dick, and like he didn't know that he's a closeted gay, but like he's low key obsessed with me to the point where it's like you're closeted gay, right? Right? Like you like dudes, like like bro, like I've actually worked with motherfuckers like that, so it's like you know what I mean, bro. But like yeah, so it's like I don't know them, those kind of managers in general, like managers, everybody feeds off their energy. So it's like you set the tone. So if I have a douchebag manager coming in who's always like mad about some stupid shit or whatever, like there's always that douchebag manager. Like kitchen managers and stuff like that, they feel as if like they are that I don't know, that they're worth more than you because they're working the management job at a fast food joint. Like if you guys didn't have this like seniority thing where you guys think like nobody can move up and it's just like you know what I mean, like I don't know, bro. If you guys didn't have this thing about you, then maybe people want to like you know what I mean, like work more for you, you'd have more employees. But it's just like you get to McDonald's, bro, in the kitchen there's like a table set up for like the sandwiches or whatever. Same with Wendy's, same with Taco Bell, all that shit. And there's like a table. It's like an assembly line. You assemble the sandwiches, send them out. Assemble the food, send them out. And that's like the coveted position in the kitchen for McDonald's or something. If you work in the kitchen position, and because they all think like it's more sexy to put the food together instead of cooking it. And like if you're cooking the food and you're like flipping the patties or like you're frying stuff, like you have to grab produce and stock from the freezer and like stock up your section and stuff, and you're just caught doing a lot of like the labor because the people on who are assembling the sandwiches, they're beholden to the screen for orders. So it's like they can't do all that, like they can't do everything that is required because they have to do the one thing. So it's like, bro, they be in there like they're Harvard, like their parents are Harvard alums or something, and they're just like in there as like a privileged child in like a privileged position or whatever, and like only they can do it because they're so smart. Like the thing that irks me about it is like, bro, yes, I know all these companies are like billion-dollar companies, right? Cool, but bro, you work for a fast food joint. Like you're a manager for a fast food joint, or like you're a senior employee at a fast food joint. It's not rocket science. Like what you're doing, like by no means is it rocket science what you're doing. So like for you to act like you're so superior, it's just like, I don't know. That just blows me. That just blows me. And then like, I just talked with this other manager for a Taco Bell that I worked at before. I got wrongfully terminated because of some BS. Like they shut down our store because they were rebuilding it, and then they transferred a bunch of employees. I got transferred, but then my name and stuff wasn't in the system and stuff. So it's like I worked 2 days over there for free. They never paid me, and then like, you know what I mean? Whatever happened, but. So then I came back. They just said find new work, basically. They were like, yeah, just find new work. So, I don't know. Long story short, the one I used to work at reopened. I tried to apply there again. And then this manager on the phone just told me like, oh, well, I think I'm going to go in another direction. Not even giving me a reason why. Just because I was a part of the old employees that worked at the other store that she never worked with her. She didn't know how anybody there worked, but she was just informed that, oh yeah, these are all bad apples just because the store was run badly and there was no employees ever. And anytime the managers would try to like, I don't know, talk to the higher up, they would just be like, oh, figure it out. Or like they didn't even care themselves. They would just come in with their clipboards and try to make it seem like they were doing something, and like their brother just didn't care either. So that's just what this is. A bunch of people not caring. And then you get ass work environments where it's like the McDonald's I was working at, I liked it, but then it's like, because it's easy work and I was good at it and I already knew what to do and stuff, but then it's like you get these assholes who think like, I don't know what they think, bro. They think they're above people or whatever, and then it's like, I can't work for nobody like that. So I'm gonna start grinding on YouTube and stuff. I'm gonna start grinding in my like freelancing projects because I can't be beholden to losers anymore, bro. I got my like HVAC certification. I'm working on studying to like get this job or whatever, like apply for this job. You have to take a entry level placement test or whatever to get in, whatever kind of thing, mechanics test. I'm just working on that, bro. So because it's like I'm never dealing with any like stupid shit like this again, bro. Any type of boss who thinks they're all uppity and shit, and like you work at a fast food joint, like I don't know. Those are my opinions on fast food workers and like fast food bosses or kitchen bosses or kitchen workers or whatever. Their ass. Only some are good, like the whole of society. Anyway, that's that. Follow, like, subscribe, all that. Everything I do is in the description, and if you want to click on this video, watch another one, do that. Not if, you must, and you must follow the links in the description at the bottom. They're at the bottom. You must do this. You must subscribe. All right, peace.